All right, I'm going to start with one of what I think is the coolest things. I just got a full run of champions. So if you don't want to keep trying to track individual stuff down, I got it all here. It ranges from fine to very fine for a nice, cool 140 bucks on H. Now, there is going to be a little bit of glare on H and G, I noticed. So I'll try to fix that. The Zatanna special from '87 is actually the first solo Zatanna series. I got a very fine for you here on G. Sweet. Don't forget to hit that like button. I also have not a full run. It is 1, 2, 3, 5, and the only annual. They called it King Size Special #1. High grade copies of Tower of Shadows. Bronze high grade stuff right there. That'll be on C. And Henson reminding us to hit that like button. I'm noticing for this show, I got to get out of the frame completely or you guys will see nothing. So let's see. I have a gorgeous near mint foil of Hulk 393, which is an origin of Hulk and homage to Hulk #1. First appearance of hardware, still sealed in the collector's edition poly bag. A little bit of milestone goodness. Who's going to be the first person to get us started here? This was in my annual video. This is Warlord Annual. It is the only key Warlord. It's actually only a $3, $4, $5 book. First appearance of Christovar. I have a near mint for you. A. Oh, here's a Star Wars. All Star Wars is 40% off. So it's War of the Bounty Hunters, and that'll be on B for Bounty Hunter. Evan's going to get G. DC Chris gets A. Mr. Paul Rader gets B. Star Wars books are priced at 40. No, so whatever price you see, it's going to be an additional 40% off of whatever you see. If you see it. Oh my God, I actually have one. Look at this. Oh, you guys are going to get a steal here. So this is Star Wars Legacy 1 through 22. This is damn near 40% off already. It's $266. I was going to do 200 bucks, and today we're doing 40% off. So it's whatever 40% off from 200. Nice big stack there. Lots of keys. Gorgeous copy. Here's the problem. It's not going to fit on the wall. So I'm going to have to stick it down here. You guys won't be able to see it, but there it is. That's like $100 in savings right there. That's really good. Here is a near mint newsy, New Warriors #1 on A. $120. So that's $266 for a $1.20. That's nuts. I also have the first appearance of Midnight's Fire and Silhouette New Warriors 2. And New Warriors 4 Psionics. That's pretty much the only keys in New Warriors. And I got it all here in near mint. Here's a new book at cover price. First appearance of Avery Ryder, Vacuna, and a new unknown symbiote. If you missed your time slide, I got one here for you on G. Here's a big. I have a couple. I'm very eager to sell my large stuff, so I just did a price reduction. This is going to be $30. Savage Fist of Kung Fu, giant treasury thing right here. It's going to go on I, and look, that literally covers the whole spot. Look how big that is. Paul Rader. It's $30. I know there's no sticker on it. First appearance of Satana, Vampire Tales, another magazine one here. I got 190, an absolutely gorgeous copy, total gradable candidate if you're into that sort of thing. That's going to be on J. Oh, another Star Wars. This is a digest-sized trade paperback. I think it's just $5, but actually it's going to be 40% off. And we have a full wall, so let's do a little bit of clearing here. Honestly, I still think this is your best bang for the buck. That is absolutely gorgeous. 300 BAUD is going to get New Warriors. 300, you're looking at 2 and 4, the only other keys. I got them. Scott Green. Have them already. Okay. Got a Spider-Man 2099. It is a very fine plus, number 1. That's going to be on A. '92 G.I. Joe, first appearance of Back Blast. That's going to be on G. Looks like Year is going to pick J. Butcher's Son is going to get A. Kind of nice doing this inside with some air conditioning. Mr. Brian 12 gets a big boy. I have a very fine plus. Action Comics Bronze Age, issue 458, first appearance of BlackRock. On A. Make 2. This is actually the same board. We're just live from the dining room. First appearance of Babe, a vampire, another one from my annuals video. This is Man of Steel Annual 2 for $3. DC Chris. I have what very well could be a 9.8. This thing is ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to mark it as one of the ones that I might consider getting graded if it doesn't sell. The first full appearance of Batman Beyond in comics, in canon. First solo Steel issue. This is Man of Steel 22. This is signed. It's issue number 2808 out of 10,000. They really made him sign 10,000 of those. That's crazy. 300. Always a classic, always a popular, a beautiful copy of 53. Flag cover. I also have a near mint minus G.I. Joe American Hero number 2. First appearance of Quinn. G.I. Joe number 2. A. I'll claim the Star Wars bundle to Ben P. Nice. You got that for a steal, dude. I actually didn't even profit on that. There you go. That's how you know it's a good deal. I have a near mint. This is actually a little bit later run, which has a little slight scarcity. American Hero, G.I. Joe, 93. It's a near mint. Snake reveals his identity on J. Who's going to help me out? Look, we even have a $3 key on the wall. Look, $4 keys, some fives. Let's get the easy pickings going. Again, this is not just a Champions 1. That's the whole thing, baby. That's the full run of Champions right there. That's a great deal. Eric Cranner is going to get J. Eric Cranner, I think that's a new name. Here is the link. I'm going to have you click that, please. That is how I'll invoice you. Looks like Toast is going to get D out of here. That is a gorgeous copy of that. $300. Superman issue number 1. I got a near minty first appearance of Metallo. It's not the first Metallo, but it's the Metallo we all know on D. I have a scarcer fourth printing of the Death of Soups. It's a very fine. I'll pop it on J. And a nice looking higher end of mid-grade Bronze Age Superman book. It's issue 280. We'll put on A. There's a little glare there. Hold on. And still a little bit of glare on A. That's all right. Best bang for your buck is very obviously going to be C and H. Thorn says, "What is that?" Let me know which one you have a question about. D is out of here. Here, you want glare on D or on G? There you go. Back to normal. I found that when I move it forward, it's not so bad. There we go. Cover price, Absolute Superman number 1. Let's pop it on D. It's funny, Absolute Batman cover A has a crazy aftermarket value, but I haven't really found that to be true with Absolute Superman. Toast. All right, guys. I am going to give you 1 minute on this wall, and then we are going to do a refresh. Hey Siri, start a timer for 1 minute. All right, so you guys got about 40 seconds left on this wall. The Champions bundle, Mr. Brian, some of them are in fine, but there's also some that are very fine. There were only a couple that were like near minty, barely even worth noticing, and they were the ones that were not keys. So I didn't really factor those in. All right, that's the timer. Clear the wall. I'm gonna leave these bundles down here. Tower of Shadows bundle is even better, Brian. These are actually like very high grade. Oh, and you're taking them. Look at that. All right, guys. I have a bunch of Bronze Age and Copper Age Flash. Honestly, my flash bins at the antique shop are full. Normally, I would pop this stuff in there, but we'll run it here. 309, 312, 313, 314, 316, 317, 319, 320, 322, 332. But here's the thing, if you say claim all the flash, I will give you all of them for $3 a pop. Actually, Henson just did it. That was the easiest thing ever. That was easy. All right. John. Henson. I got a little Silver Age. What we got here? Our Fighting Forces 120, mid-grade, 1969. Our Fighting Forces 118, 1969. 10. Our Fighting Forces 105, verging into slightly low grade on that one, 1967. 104, low to mid, 1966. And issue 79 from 1963. But it does have chipping at the top, so we're going to do $8. And actually, that perfectly fills the top row. Same thing, if you get the entire top row, I'll give you A for free. We're cutting some extra deals today, a little bit more than what we normally do, kind of in the spirit of Free Comic Book Day, okay? So if you get all the Fighting Forces, I'm going to give you A for free. And don't forget, You're still eligible for all the other percentages off that you can very easily reach. Let's move on. I have a newsstand Iron Man 138. This actually looks like a 9698. First appearance of Endotherm. It's going to be $5 on I for Iron Man. I think my sticker actually slipped off this. I think it was probably more than $5, but I'll do $5. Iron Man 50. Nice copy. 300. 12. All right, I got some Silver Age Marvel Tales. This is the first reprint of Electro. Ding, ding, ding. That's a cool one on I. This actually reprints the first meeting of Spider-Man and Daredevil. And this is still 60s. This one's actually got a little value, strangely enough. Marvel Tales number 5. These are all a beautiful mid-grade. I also have the later 1982 Marvel Tales reprint of just the first appearance of Electro. Near mint and newsstand. Sometimes these have a shocking value if you can get the grade in 98. Same thing, a near mint first Mysterio. This is from 1982. Henson got J. First appearance of the Green Goblin in a near mint 1983 Marvel Tales newsie. Let's see here. Ray takes F. Mysterio. What's up, Horvath? First Craven, near mint, 1983 reprint in Marvel Tales and a newsstand. You know, we can save us some time here. Mr. Alex Ray, I'm going to open it up to you first, but someone else can do this too, I suppose. Anyone who claims all the Marvel Tales, I'll give you I for free. Okay. In the meantime, here's first Molten Man, near mint Marvel Tales, 1984. First Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn from Marvel Tales, 1984. Near mint. These are all near mint. This one's going to go to Toast, but then all the Marvel Tales are going to go to Ray. Let me write that this is free. And it's still that same deal on the top. So if you get the entire top row, let's actually make it better. If you get the entire top row, I'll give you C for free. So you get one of the $10 ones for free. Here is a perfect copy, Green Lantern Silver Surfer team up. This was actually a fantastic read, and the art is spectacular from the 90s right there. And it's got a little value. People really like that one. I also have a near mint first appearance of Dark Claw. This was an amalgam. G. I'm gonna adjust my price. I tend to do these for 10. I just got carried away. Let's do $10 on this. Vengeance of Bane. It's part two. People always like to pair that with obviously issue number one. Here's one of DC's most underrated books that they've got. First appearance of Captain Atom right there. Captain Atom number one. That is a near mint plus at $8. Thanks, Paul. I have a very fine First Weapon X. It's Marvel Comics Presents 72. Henson, I don't have Thor today, and I'll tell you why. It's actually something really interesting. I'll sit down for a second too. For some reason, Thor has become my best mover at the shop. I'm not going to look into it too much. I know that it's completely random, but it is kind of interesting that so many people are buying Thor and Journey into Mystery right now. I can't really explain it because the last Thor movie was, at least in my opinion, kind of rough. So I don't really know, but they're doing really well at the shop. Super high grade Bronze Age. I actually normally do like $8 as a max for Bronze Age, but for action, Bronze Age action, this is just that gorgeous. It's a gradable candidate on H. Near Mint, JLA number one, first appearance of Hyper Clan. That's another possible candidate right there. 300. It's very DC right now. I have a perfect condition Batman Madness. This was a Legends of the Dark Knight special from the classic Loeb and Sale. That'll be on H. Pretty desirable one here. Nightwing 4, First Lady Vic. Perfect condition. I actually have two of these classic Deathstroke covers. Tales of the Teen Titans 54 from 85 on H. Two of them. And I'll keep the theme of $5 going on. It says 7, let's do 5. Another classic early Deathstroke cover. G and J to Paul. Toast gets H and F. Supergirl number 3, Michael Turner cover. It's the first appearance of Dark Supergirl, near Mint or G. Near Mint, Green Lantern 173, first appearance of Javelin. Blue. All right. 300 got H. I think we're caught up. Another very desirable one. There's a lot of one shots from the 90s. This is the origin of Robin, and this is what I would consider a must read. Those of you trying to get into Batman, this one not only has some value, it's just high quality and a must read. Not to mention that's a 9.8 candidate. I have a mid grade Sandman 20 center number 1. My sticker fell off, but luckily I actually remember it. I have a near mint minus first meeting of Punisher Wolverine. This guy's $15. And G, 15. G for glare. There we go. This is super cool. Alien versus Predator number 1, signed by the creator. I even got a COA on back. This is awesome. F. Paul. Where's our vintage collectors to help me on the top row? Again, we have an open offer on the top row. If you get the entire top row, I'm going to make this guy free. Okay? Let's see who got it first. Butcher's Son. It's more Teen Titans series. This is the first cover and full appearance of Trigon the Terrible. That is a nice copy, too. Hope you can see that. $8. Got a couple Alex Ross FFs at just cover price. Here's number 1, cover price $5. Brian. I do not have a 194. FF number 4, Legacy 649. First team appearance of Fantastics on G. And then I got this FF number 700, the anniversary special. Beautiful Alex Ross cover. That's an underrated one from him. And that is just the cover price at $8. No markups. DC Chris. I get this in a lot. I used to always sell it for 10. We're going to move it for 8. First Robin as, first Tim Drake as Robin, H. First Renee Montoya, Batman 475, near mint. Sir Ings. Brian. Paul. Origin of Jason Todd, a perfect near mint here. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And I probably should have bundled, but I have 408 and 409. So it's your first modern Jason Todd and first appearance of Amalgam Origin two-parter. This is a awesome must read. This is when they made Jason Todd actually kind of good, but it was just a little too late. Too little, too late. They still killed him off. Sir Ings, no problem. It happens. And then let's do our first Tim Drake. This one's a very fine plus, near mint minus on H. Beyonder gets I. Here we have the origin of Two-Face, Batman 410. Yes, the Tower of Shadows did get claimed. We have a full wall. Mark E. All right. First appearance, second appearance of Ratcatcher, Detective 585 and 86, both high grade copies on I. Adventures of Superman 463. This is a perfect copy. Those of you who collect all the races, this is the race between Superman and the Flash, but this is the first time it's Superman versus Wally West. And actually, I might even get that graded. That's a nice one. Looks like Verhoeven got that one. Let's see, Verhoeven. The entire top row is mid-grade except for A and except for E. Let's get a little expensive here. I'm actually going to do, it says 50. I'll do 40. First Star-Lord in comics. That's a big one, especially in this condition, is no slouch. That's a beautiful one. Sergenko. Okay. Verhoeven. Let me just write before I forget. This is going to be $40. another look at I. Penguin 4523 is going to get A through E, and we are going to give him this one for free. Penguin, I just need you to fill out this link right here. And by the way, even with a free book, you're already at 5 claims, which means just 5 more and you get 10% off. You can also get 20% off if you get 20 total claims. And what was it? Penguin. Just go out and write it. Penguin 4523. Marvel Premiere number 2. I've got a mid-grade copy. This is when Warlock is given the Adam name. On C. You fill it out only once per show. You got to fill it out only once per show. Let's do a big one. Marvel Premiere number 3. The Doctor Strange Stories Begin issue. Nice copy. I would estimate it at, I would say, an 8, which is very respectable. On D. Esmeralda's going to take C. I know the whole chat's been wondering where the hell is all the Marvel. Sorry it took so long. All right, Colt Dude. And then Beyonder. Hey, Beyonder, that's a good one. All right. Quickly, if anyone gets G and H, I'll just make that a clean $20. I have probably the nicest condition I've ever seen of Marvel Premiere 26. I think it's just a classic Hercules cover. Can you guys do a quick check for me? I can't check live. Marvel Premiere 26. I'm going to do that on A. This is worth more, but I tend to have a hard time selling anything Wonder Man. So Marvel Premiere 55 for solo Wonder Man story. G and H goes to Mark and G. Mark and G. Mark G. Or I should say Mark E. Excuse me. Laura Leet. First appearance of Black Kryptonite, another Michael Turner near mint Supergirl. It's issue number 2. First Lobo solo series in near mint. I got 2 of them this week. Let's see who got it. Paul. First solo Hercules. Thank you. Some Lobo one-shots in near mint. Blazing Chain of Love. The Convention Special. And here's a slightly bigger one. The paramilitary special is the first appearance of Dog, Lobo's dog, and classic story in which the Easter Bunny hires Lobo to kill Santa Claus. Butcher, Sun, and Toast. Verhoeven. Get both D and E, and I'll make them $3 a piece. Got a little 90s Adam Hughes for you. Lady Rawhide. Very nice. Gee, look at that glare. Silver Age Iron Man, but it's low grade. It's issue number 5. Iron Man 109, first Vanguard, and first appearance of the 5th Crimson Dynamo in Near Mint. D. 114, first appearance of Arsenal, Near Mint. We got some 70s Near Mint hitting you today. First appearance of Bethany Cave, another Near Mint from the 70s. I see Julian Tomlinson on D. All right. Looks like end H, where Kilted Fat got C. Nice high grade first roadie. Does need a press. D. Near Mint, Demon in a Bottle Part 1. First appearance of Justin Hammer. That's a gradable candidate right there. That's going to go on G. That ain't nothing. That's a big one. And then I guess I should have kept these in an order because I have Near Mint Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. Part 6 is also the first roadie cover and the third appearance of Ant-Man. Part 7, these are all not just Near Mint, they're like Near Mint Plus. And Part 8, unfortunately, Part 9 I do not have. So weird doing these things in air conditioning. All right, we're caught up. Near mint for space armor, 142. First appearance of Sunchurian, 143. First backlash, Newsy, E. 149, Iron Man versus Doc Doom classic cover. Nice near mint Newsy right there. Kill. Stealth armor, Newsy. T-Mac. T-Mac, I just need you to fill out this link, please. All right. First appearance of Mauler. Newsy, 156. Moon Knight crossover, Near Mint and Newsy, 161. That's kind of a weird crossover. First appearance of Obadiah Stane and first full appearance. It's a nice, ridiculously good bang for your buck value there. 300. Tim Anders, 182 near mint Newsy. First appearance of Vibro near mint Newsy. I, 186. First appearance of Termite, 189 near mint Newsy. J. Verhoeven. Bowed. We got some Spawn coming up. I have a near mint Armor Wars Part 1. Let's do 20 on B. Let's get these Iron Mans gone. Right here, especially E. That's your winners right there. Claim wall. Done and done. All right. Now I got a bunch of Spawn, so here we go. And these all are between fine to very fine plus. I'll let you know when they get into near mint. Spawn 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. First Commando Spawn 55, and that one actually is a near mint. 56. All right, they've now crossed over into near mint. 57, 58, killed. Roger. Alan Smith gets the wall. Hey, Alan Smith, are you Louis Piazza? I just need a sort of reminder there. I think we had a Alan Smith name change. I just want to make sure. All right. All right, let's do it. 61, first cameo of Jessica Priest. 62, some sort of classic Capullo cover. 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Paul. Larleet takes the wall. All right, they're going to go up in price here. 71, 72, 73, first heap. 74, 76, 75, mid-grade number 1. First appearance of Clown and Jason Wynn, number 2, mint. There's CN Fitzgerald, number 3, near mint. I disagree with that price. I just had $10. We're going to do 5. First cover, Violator, 5. Astro. All right, let's see what we got. Beyonder got H and I. Laura Leet got J. Alex Ray got I. That's old news. Alan Smith is going to take another wall. Perfect copy. First, Billy Kincaid and Shirley Johnson, number 5. First, Overt Kill and Tony Twist, near mint. Number 7, McFarlane Missing Sig, near mint. Number 8, Vindicator Origin of Hell, Alan Moore Story and Frank Miller on D. Death of Al Simmons, Origin of Spawn, first full appearance of Jason Wynn, number 12. Origin of Chapel. 16, first Capullo on Spawn, first Major Veil. Wynn becomes Redeemer. And I'll just fill the wall and then we'll see what happens. First Redeemer. First Tremor, 25. First appearance of The Curse, 27. And Alex is going to start it. B through D to Laura. Paul. Paul. Roger. First appearance of Eddie, issue 29, near mint. First appearance of the second Redeemer, near mint, 31. Alan Moore Story, 32. First Cameo Freak. Second Cameo Freak. First Cygor, 38. And 40. All right, let's see what we got. Alan. Paul. Alan got A, F, and G. $41, $42, $43, $44. First Tiffany. $45. Tilted fit. There will be some big books. They're slipped in. There's not a ton of them. One of the problems is whenever I go to rebag and board and price some stuff, I think I just grabbed the wrong stuff. I grabbed a lot of like the $4 to like $20 stuff today, and I didn't really grab the more like 100, 200, $300 books. But that's all right. There's always going to be some slipped in. All right, let's finish out our spawn. This is all that's left. Alan's going to get A, D, E, G. So here we go. 46, 47, 48. Oh, that was the end of the spawn. That's the rest of the spawn, folks. And J to Paul. Someone better get C. That's the last one needed. Someone take it away. Marvel Collector's Item Classics. First reprint of Doc Strange, not Doc Strange, Doc Ock's first appearance right there. That's Marvel Collector's Item Classics number frickin' 1, baby. Here's number 2 for Sandman. Number 3 is the first reprint of Doctor Strange's first appearance. That one has some value right there, and that's a really nice copy. Let's see, number 5, 11. Classic cover here with 12. 13. 17 is first reprint of Hawkeye and Clea's first appearance. 18. All right, Paul got C. Yonder. Penguin. T-Mac. Let's put this one 19. I think that's the last one I got. All right, so Brian. The Wind Among the Reeds. Thank you, Wind. All right, let's see. All right, only 4 left. Someone take it away. We're going to keep it vintage with a 1972 Wars, Star Spangled War 165 mid grade, Star Spangled War 160 mid grade, Star Spangled War 157 mid grade, Secret 6 1966 12 center mid grade, $8. This one's actually a key. Superhero Presents 19 Solo Kazar story right there. A. Brian. Condition on the CIC. Collector's Item Classic. All the Collector's Item Classics are mid grade, but like verging into high grade. D and E goes to Penguin. And what I'm going to do for you, Penguin, I'm going to give you this guy for free. All right. Let's see what we got. B and H. Unfortunately, B is gone, but you got H. Full run of 2007's Silent War. Full near mint. B. I have a Moon Knight #1. Near mint minus in Mylar and newsstand. Vista Khonshu #2. First Arthur Harrow mid-grade. Newsy. #8 Classic Sienkiewicz cover. Newsy mid-grade. Near mint Mark Spector Moon Knight special. It's a Shang-Chi Moon Knight team up. Moon Knight #2, first appearance of Soldier, and the second appearance or full appearance of Hunter's Moon. Everett Lee. Everett, do you have a pile? All right. Kill. All right. Marvel Superheroes 21. Mid-grade. Marvel Superheroes 24. High grade and first reprint of Purple Man. Superheroes 33. Gorgeous looking bronze. Here's a big one. Superheroes 13. First Carol Danvers, VG Plus. Right, 12. Don't forget 19. Julian. Is there another way to contact if there's no invoice after a couple of days? This invoice is coming out within 2 to 3 hours after the show. Trust me, it's a Sunday night. We're on top of that shit. But also, in every one of my videos, you'll always find my email. I have an Instagram, I have a Facebook. There's a billion ways to reach me. Lone Wolf and Cub. Gorgeous near minty, but I also have number 2. It's all about this one, Ro. Boom. Early Adam Hughes in near mint. Some good old early 90s near mint lady covers from Adam Hughes. I also have 2 near minty first Amanda Waller. Alan Smith. Let me see what we got here. Wind. Verhoeven. Flair Comics. That looks like the full run right there. On E. Adam Hughes Hunters. G&H. Legionnaires. There they are. In near mint glory. Full run of Legends. So this includes first Amanda Waller, first Justice League International, first Suicide Squad. This is a big one on C. Actually prices out well over 30, but we're going to do it for 30. Actually, I'm going to make a little Adam Hughes wall. Here's another early Adam Hughes in near mint. So F through H are all your collectible Adam Hughes. Condition on A. Actually, it's not too bad. That's like a. I would actually peg that at like a 7.75. Very respectable. Pilgrim's going to get F. If we can get this wall cleared, I got something really special coming up. Danger Girl #1, J. Scott Campbell Classic near mint. Blue Devil #1 and Newsy. We got Colt Dude. All right, let's see where we're at. Yonder. Evan. Let's see. First marriage of Apollo and Midnighter. First comic book gay marriage. What is that? The Authority, issue 29 from 2002. Near mint, first appearance of Ash. $19.59, Six Gun Heroes, mid to low grade. Actually, it doesn't even fit on A. Look at that. Long shots coming up. 1955 mid to high grade right there. That's really cool. Captain Gallant. Nick. Actually, Astro got that. $19.52. This is fantastic. The Best of the West. You got Tim Holt, Straight Arrow, Ghost Rider. I was finding these online, and my price is the lowest one I could find. And frankly, this is a lot better condition than those. There you go, $50. Justin, I don't know. I don't know. I got to figure that out. All right, we hit a dead spot. So here's what we're going to do. If someone claims the wall, I'm going to give you. Someone claim the wall, I'll give you F for free. How about that? Penguin's going to take A. Paul got J. Love of the Damned got H and J. You got H. J is gone. All right, and then Alan Smith got C. $19.55 from EC Comics. Piracy #5. Beautiful, right about like a 5.5. I'd say maybe a 6. That'll be on H. That's really nice. That's in Mylar. Holy JCPenney reprint, Batman. I'm going to have a couple JCPenney reprints. Most JCPenney reprints are going to be about $20 to $30. I'm doing this one for $15 just to get it started. Here's a near mint Wolvie #8. There you go. First appearance of Old Man Logan and Old Man Hawkeye near mint on J. Classic Red Sonja cover, Marvel feature number 4. H. Toast. Nick. Win. High grade King Conan number 1. First Khan, son of Conan. I'll put it on C for Conan. 1964 Space Adventures number 55. Mid-grade dinosaur cover. $8. First appearance of Blockbuster Roland Desmond, Starman number 9. Your mitts. Speaking of Starman, we have the first appearance of Starman, but this is a different Starman. First issue special number 12. High grade Bronze Age on A. Colt Dude. Nick. Yonder. Star Slayer 3, second appearance of the Rocketeer. $12 high. I'm doing $5. I got a nice near minty Star Trek number 1, $4. Street Fighter number 1 and 2. Number 1 and 2 in near mint. Boom. On J. High grade Bronze Age Swamp Thing from volume 1. It's issue 20. Let's see what we got. Swamp Thing Presents. It's a reprint of the first couple issues. It's worth more, but this one has spine ticks. H. Here we have a Green Lantern poster homage right there. Gorgeous. Oh, you guys are going to like this. First Man-Bat solo series in actual near mint. And then I basically didn't even consider this into the value, but this is a high grade one too. That is the full run. It was a 2-part series, and I got the whole thing right there. Win. First Hercules solo series. Solo issue. Let's see what we got. Love of the Damned. Toast. Where's all our readers? We got a full run right there. All right. Non-key, but very high-grade culls. I thought they were just really good covers. 5, and then this one had a monster, so of course I have to do a little bit better. And A. Super clean copies. Scott Green. It's from Facebook. First appearance of the second White Tiger. Bengal tiger transformed by the High Evolutionary. First appearance of Strider, the winged steed of the Black Knight. Introduction of the Shield of Night and Sword of Light. 1997. Heroes for Hire. #1 on H for Heroes for Hire. I have a near mint long shot #1, as well as for Spiral, a Ricochet on A. Nice bundle. That's the book I used for the thumbnail. Toast. And call me crazy, but didn't this used to be like $40 near mint? This market is wild, man. Crazy. All right, help me clear this wall because I want to get you guys a full run of Secret Wars. Let's get the wall cleared. Let's open up some spots. I got a full Secret Wars thing here I got to get to. Let's do it. Some of this stuff's been up here for a second. This should have been gone the second I put it up. Perfect condition Street Fighter #1 and even 2. Come on now. And you know what I'll do? I'm going to get that graded. If that doesn't sell. So there you go. We're not there yet, Larry. We got to clear the wall to get there. Nick says, can you do $30? I'm playing with fire, Nick. I'll tell you why. For the past couple months, I've been paying very high on collections. So I'm trying not to do like a deal like that. But you know what? You bought from me a lot. Let's do it, but let's not do too much of it. Seriously, I don't know if you guys know how thin my profit margin is. All right, let's see here. Help me clear the wall. Let's get it gone. Let's do it. Full run, perfect condition, Silent War, second Rocketeer, first Arthur Harrow, the villain from the show, mid-grade, full run of Flair, perfect condition, Street Fighter #1 and 2, first full appearance of Hunter's Moon and Soldiers, cover price and a perfect condition, Adam Hughes lady cover from the 90s. Let's go. And Doogie Mans is going to get J. Smart. All right. Oop, we got a little blurry. All right, we're going to go to timer. Hey Siri, start a timer for 1 minute. All right, let me just reset. Last chance on the wall. You got 30 seconds left on the wall. And then we're going to Secret Wars. All right. And that is the timer. All right, let's do it. Near Mint Secret Wars number 12. E. Newsy. Near Mint Secret Wars number 11. Newsy. Oh, wait, that was Mr. Neely. All right. Toast. Near Mint minus. Classic cover by Zek. Newsy. C. Near Mint minus. Newsy. Number 9. B. Near Mint Newsy. A. You guys don't know what that is. I know you all know what that is. Okay, let's see. John Cribbs. Oh my gosh. Mr. Cribbs, how are you? Paul got beat. Justin got A. Low grade 7. Newsy. First full appearance of Julia Carpenter. High grade of the same thing. Good enough to get graded. Might be a near mint plus. Number 6. Newsy. First Julia Carpenter in cameo. Toast gets the little one. Paul gets the bigger one. Near Mint Newsy 5. Near Mint Newsy 4. Near Mint Direct 5. Near Mint Newsy 3, Volcano Titania. Near Mint minus Newsy number 2. Near Mint Newsy number 1. Mid grade number 1. Calfrey. Let's see what we got. I'm seeing Thorn on E first. I just want to make sure. Yep. Okay. Well, that's looking good there. Boom. Newsstand. First Solo Magic. Fine. Direct. Near Mint. First Agamemnon, Son of Loki. Classic cover. 376. Near Mint Plus. Final issue of Marvel Team Up. Do you have any more of the treasury size books? Actually, I do at the shop. We can talk. Marvel Spotlight 31, Near Mint, Origin of Nick Fury from 19, I'm guessing 77. It actually doesn't say. Awesome Silver Age Hulk cover, nice middle grade. Julian. First, Jack of Hearts. That's a nice copy. That's a really nice copy of that. 213 Hulk. Brian. Morbius the Living Vampire. First cameo of Elizabeth. Colt. First appearance of Alita, Nikki Gold, and Caranata. Marvel presents 4. Very fine. Palth got C. Another Mylar Silver Age Hulk in nice condition on B, and another 124 on C. Both of those are in Mylar. Yonder. First appearance of Intelligent Hulk and third appearance of Rocket Raccoon, mid-grade. G. B and C to Thorn. This is also in Mylar, by the way. I got a couple McFarlane Hulks, 341 and 43. Another B and C. First appearance of many doppelgangers, most famously just known as Doppelganger, Spider-Man Doppelganger. 377, Professor Hulk. Here's a big one. First Master Man, Giant Size Invaders #1. I got a super high grade copy right here. This is the one to get from Invaders. Julian, toast. You know what's cool? I'm actually seeing a lot of decent sized stacks, which means quite a few of you have 20% off already today. So that's great. I think I'm going to get this graded if you guys don't get this. Kazar #1, where they slipped the F word onto the cover under the palm tree. Highest grade copy I've ever had by a landslide. This is a very clean copy on H. Marvel Team Up #10. It is a very high grade copy. Classic Kang cover from the Bronze Age. Invaders #1 annual Schomburg cover from 77. Got a high grade there too. That's about an 8, maybe 8.5. Then we have a one shot, The Heap #1. $12 there on E. Scott got H. That's too bad. That would have been a fun one to get graded. Grace is going to pick up E. Second appearance of Jean Grey, Marvel Team Up Annual. Another very high grade. You're in the 9s on this right here. Very nice. If you can't afford X-Men 101, there you go. First solo series of Inhumans, super high grade. Nick. Very fine plus, near mint minus, first Red Hulk. And then a perfect condition #4, which is the wraparound. Same run. Marvel Spotlight 33, very high grade. First appearance of the Devil Slayer. Marvel presents #1, Near Mint, First Ulysses Bloodstone. It is worth more than this. However, I've had a hard time selling it for like 60 bucks. So we're going to do 40, but it is a Near Mint. G goes to Kilt. Second appearance of Iron Fist. First appearance of Shallow and Keith and Leah Kung. Marvel Premiere 16. It's about a 7. Number 19. Here also about a 7. We have our first appearance of Colleen Wing on G. Valentine picks up I and B. Got a little Bronze Age theme going on here. And then Frank, I'll get that to you in a second. Craig Valentine. Anyone need me to drop the link? I think I haven't done that in like 10 minutes or so I guess I'll just do it. Make sure you fill out that link, please, and thank you. And I think I saw Frank got F. And Kilt gets Colleen Wing. All right, now this is really cool. Not only do I have Thor Annual #2 in very high grade in Mylar, I actually also have a perfect copy of the JCPenney reprint. Dude, they look freaking identical. The JCPenney reprint is very famously the best recreated reprints out there. They're almost like intentionally trying to fake you out. That was in my reprints to watch out for. Luckily, JCPenney reprints are quite valuable. Many of them actually surpass the value of the book they're frickin' reprinting. These things are scarce as hell. I didn't even know about them until this year. Very cool. Then we got a first John Byrne on Iron Fist, which is Marvel Premiere 25 mid. Brian gets the real, Frank gets the fake. Got a nice high grade. It's about like an 8. Ms. Marvel #1. Got a little Bronze Age situation going on here. And then I have a near mint. It does maybe need a clean press. Let's call it a near mint minus. First new appearance. Let me start over. First, Serpent Squad. Jeez. 2-in-1, issue 64. Love of the Damned got B first. Why has no one gotten J? That is incredible condition right there. That is a near mint, guys. That's a good one. Marvel Age Annual, number 4, first appearance of Damage Control. Near mint. Monica Rambeau backup story, classic black suit flag cover, and newsy near mint. Marvel Fanfare, 42. Marvel Team Up, first appearance of Frogman, high grade, 121. Newsy. Oh, here's a big one. First Howard the Duck. This one's a mid grade. I'm doing 80 bucks. That's a great price. Adventure, 19. All right, where are we at? All right, okay. J.C. Penney reprint, a near mint of Hulk 140, which also is the first appearance of Jarella. Very scarce, very awesome on F. All right, guys, we have a full wall. What are we going to do about it? Let's do something. Make some moves. Marvel Team Up Annual, first meeting of Moon Knight, Fisk, Luke Cage, Spidey, everybody, Daredevil. They're all here. Newsy, higher end of mid grade, between mid and high on E. Julian just beat out Scott. Near mint, Avengers Annual 10, first appearance of Rogue. It says 150. I will do 140. Not the biggest discount, but still, hey, I'm doing discounts. And since we've got a Bronze Age thing going on here, let's do more Bronze Age. First appearance of the Crusaders. Invaders number 14, a beautiful copy, right about an 8.5 to a 9.2, right in that pocket. Verhoeven. Journey into Mystery 121 classic, but this is a relatively low grade, so it's going to be 15 bucks. The grade on J. The grade on J is about a 7.5. Uh-oh, are we going to have to go to a timer again? I wonder. All right. First appearance of E-Tree, An Origin of Thor, Beautiful Thor Annual, number 11, and newsstand. E. That is E-Tree creates Mjolnir, the creator of Mjolnir. Julian, which book are you claiming? Ignore that. Okay. Hey Siri, start a timer for 1 minute. All right, you guys have 1 minute and counting on the wall. We're going to switch on out. Where's my Bronze Age folk at? I think we're starting to stack up our unpaid fors a little too high. Let's keep things moving. Nick, all right. Justin, tell you what, I'm in the business of selling comics. I'm a reasonable man. Take H for 100. That's actually up for anyone. You could take H for 100. All right. First appearance of Thundercats, if you count previews, Marvel Age 31. Near mint to mint, first appearance of Maestro. It's the full run. This actually prices out to 60. I'm doing 40. First appearance of Invincible, the free comic book day. I can't believe I forgot to mention this in my free comic book day video. First appearance of Princess Azir, Marvel Premiere 24, mid grade. Max, number 1, near mint, on E. First appearance of The Protectors, Totally Awesome Hulk 15. Perfect condition. First appearance of Howard Stark. Don't you think that should be priced higher? Of course, you guys will probably say no, but that is, I think that's a little undervalued. That is a high grade copy there. Our Elite. Evan. I got an early Scotty Young, Secret Wars number 1, the Deadpool one, and that's 10 bucks. Fun fact, I actually sold the 9.8 for, I think it was $100. So just a little sneaky 9.8 there. I actually know that book. Penguin. Thorn. Toast. First appearance of the Deadpool of Mexico. Deadpool 3.1. Cover price. So we're at Alex says, can you see my chats? I can see what you just wrote. All right, Green Lantern 50, first Parallax near mint. E. Green Lantern 51, Kyle Rayner becomes Green Lantern. Near mint and the ding 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 DC Universe logo variant. Alex winds up in a fridge near mint. Another DC Universe logo variant in minty. Classic cover near mint. Andy Reinhardt is going to get B. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, you also got A and F. Don't forget E. Magneto's first solo series. 1. Mask solo series number 1. Wow, that is near mint. That's awesome. Another early Scotty, 2013. Those early Scotties have that nice value on E. I also have Groot number 1 Scotty and Hulk 14 Scotty. I typically don't price Scotty Youngs at the full $10 unless they're in the last 5 years. They got to be a little older than that. Let's see. Grace is going to get F. Cole got B and G. Thorn is going to get the rest of the Scotties. All right. Justin, I'm going to take this down. All right, I'm going to move everything down. Just to kind of clean up the wall. Again, we have the first appearance of the Protectors. First Princess Azir. First Deadpool of Mexico. First Thundercats, if you count previews. All right, here we go. This is Moon Knight number 1. First appearance of Hunter's Moon in cameo and first Reese. The 1 in 25 variant in perfect condition on eye. Kingdom Come, the preview. This book is always missing when you go to find full runs. Make sure to pick up your preview. That technically completes the run. Nick. Full run of Gambit's first series in near mint. They are all newsstands except for issue 4 is the only direct $30. Newsies. DC Chris. In need of a press, but we got an Invisibles #1. Wait, why is there glare on that now? Neely. Just got a nice looking sexy girl, J. Scott Campbell on B. Mary Jane and Black Cat #1. First appearance of Marvel Knights near mint. Marvel Knights #1. First full appearance of Gold Lantern and Monster Boy. Untouched copy of Legion of Superheroes 6. Homesick Pilots #1. Another Parallax glow in the dark cover. Green Lantern 50 near mint on B. Toast got E. Not Toast. Payir. Max #1, a newsstand right there. Hell yeah. On E. Infinity Gauntlet #1, near mint minus to near mint. 300. Luke. Nick. Juggernaut #1. First appearance of D Cell. $8 for the ASM 30. 300. Homage. First solo series of Kate Bishop. First appearance of Ramon Watts. Perfect copy. Hawkeye 1. Look at that glare. The Marriage of Hawkeye and Mockingbird. Hawkeye #4. That is a near mint newsie. First appearance of Bombshell and Oddball, a near mint newsie. Hawkeye 3. And then Origin of Hawkeye and Mockingbird, and I think that's his first solo series. Guardians 13. First Spirit of Vengeance. Silver Age Green Lantern, low grade. It's issue 72, $5. Green Lantern #1 near mint, volume 3. 1990, 89, I forget. Where's all my 1 in 25 hunters right there? That's a nice first appearance. 1 in 25 Moon Knight for just 15. Green Lantern 50. Awesome, awesome cover, but this one is actually signed. $10. Titans 56. First cameo of Jinx. This one's not perfect. It's a fine condition. It's a big key, though. Don't forget to hit that like button. I always forget to say that. We had 200 people in here at one point, and yet we only have like 70 likes. Let's see what we can do about that. All right. Gee. All right, we are stuck once again. I can sense a slowdown, so we might be ending a pinch early. Let's see. Some of these stuff are like guaranteed movers, and yet they're still here, like B. Let's see. Let's trudge on. Let's see how we do. First cameo of Team. Team Titans, TEAM. And you know what? You get that? I'm going to throw in this classic Joker cover. Classic Brian Boland cover, Titans 77. Help me out with this wall, guys. We have a signed Green Lantern 50 for just 10. I used to do signed books for 20. Come on now. Toast. Paul. Perfect copy, Death of Jericho, Titans 84. Debut of the new Nightwing and Starfire suits, 88, perfect condition. Oh, nudity alert. This book actually has some nudity. Very weird to see in a 1992 Titans book. It's issue 93. We have a good enough to get graded first appearance of Arsenal, Titans 99. That's a big one. Biggest key in the run, believe it or not. Issue 43 is your first appearance of Adeline Wilson and first full appearance of Jericho near mint. DC Chris got FGH. Actually, Verhoeven got F, DC got G and H. Venom, the enemy within, a possible 9-8 contender of this glow in the dark classic. I was pretty surprised when I looked up the values. That's pretty high. I got some more McFarlane Hulks if you want them. 351, 342. 351 might just be a 9.8, I have to say. Those are really, really, really nice. Nice, Evan. All right. And then I'll put up all the near mint McFarlane Hulks. All right, now we have all the near mint McFarlane Hulks on the wall. 356, 53, 52, 42, 51. Very popular books right there. Or if you say claim all the McFarlane, I'll give you a G for free. Cult dude beat me to it. You're getting that one free. Nice. Okay. DC Comics presents, it's a Swamp Thing Solomon Grundy Superman team up. It's an absolutely super cool book. High grade on H. Here we have a full run of Suicide Squad 1 through 6. Couple nice appearances in there. Big one is 1 and 4 in here. High grades only in C. That's really nice. You know what, guys? Let's do the Dingleberry pile. This is finally, I unboxed all the piles that people just did not pay for. It was unfortunately pretty large. It actually amassed to pretty much a full short box. Colossal waste of time because now I have to spend that time reselling these. These are books that sold. These people just didn't pay for their books, disappeared off the end of the earth. And the saddest part about it, a couple of them were even longtime regulars. I will never understand. Like, what happened here? I don't know. Anyway, let's do it. First appearance of Hulk 2099 in 2099 Unlimited. Perfect condition, newsstand copy. This book sold a couple months ago. Guy never paid. We have a couple Wizard halves. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Again, all these books sold, but the guy didn't pay. Blade Wizard half. First appearance of Angela. I think I actually even lowered this price, if I remember correctly, for him. And he didn't pay. So let's see what we got. Boo to Dingleberries is right. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Astro. Justice League America 0, the rare Toys R Us DC Universe logo or 0 hour logo variant. Again, a book that sold, but the guy didn't pay. Perfect Condition, Gotham by Gaslight, a book that sold, guy didn't pay. Paul, thank you. Lou, thank you. DC Chris, thanks, dude. Garth Woodson's going to start a pile with us here. All right, let's see where we're at. $20 on A and B. Yeah, I'm a reasonable man. Wait, that's a logo variant? I didn't know that. The only Toys R Us known variants, I believe, are the DC Universe logo variant and the 0 hour logo variant. There is another, but it's just so identical to regular direct editions, it's not worth mentioning. All right. From the Dingleberry pile, Earth 2 #1. Alan Scott retconned to be gay. Very controversial issue on G for Green Lantern. First appearance of Eric O'Grady, the next Ant-Man. Perfect condition. This book sold. They didn't pay. What If 23. Classic Hulk becoming a barbarian. First Spider-Man, Origin of Eternals, Deviants, and Mutants. There's a lot going on in this book. Book sold. Didn't pay. Here we have, I'm going to do $4 on this. This is a Clark Kent Superman crossover in a Thor book. Newsy, $4 on A. DC Chris, Evan H. Sweet. At least we're making our way down here nicely. First appearance of Eric Masterson, and then I made it into a bundle where Eric Masterson merges with Thor. So it's the double key bundle. This book sold. They didn't pay. A perfect condition, Newsy. Xavier becomes headmaster at, not Xavier, Charles becomes headmaster. First appearance of Batwoman in Cameo, perfect condition. Book sold, they didn't pay. Some Silver Age Hulk, nice condition too, I might add. Book sold, they didn't pay. The final issue of Armor Wars, near mint. Book sold, they didn't pay. And another 12-cent nice early Iron Man. This one's getting high grade though. Book sold, they didn't pay. Garth, toast. Alex. Penguin. Some more nice early Iron Man, number 3, mid-grade. G. Oh, this customer's name is on that. I gotta hide that. This is $10. The original 13 Wizard issues show the Wizard hats. Those are the ones with some value. It's a nice near mint. Wizard number 13. Book sold. Didn't pay. Oh, that's a good one. Super high grade White Vision. Book sold. They never paid. Thorn. Jiminy. Excuse me. DC Chris. First, Arkham Knight in continuity, a Detective 1000 book sold. They didn't pay. Second appearance of Moon Knight, relatively low grade copy, $260 high. I'm doing it for 25 bucks. This book sold. They didn't pay. Paul Rader's going to get A. That rhymed. Oh, jeez. First Golden Age Green Lantern in the Silver Age. First Solomon Grundy in the Silver Age. $400 high. Showcase 55. This is a low grade copy with tape. We're doing it for 30 bucks. This book even sold before. They just didn't pay. Everett Lee got G. Esmeralda got I. Chris. Perfect condition. Silver Surfer 12, excuse me, 50, but the newsstand. This book sold. They didn't pay. And then the direct. Perfect condition. Sold. They didn't pay. A couple copies. This, I think this guy, if I remember correctly, bought all 3. Okay. First appearance of Killian. This was actually in my not my Doctor Strange. This was in my annual video. It's actually cool. I can actually show you this. I actually have 3 Newsy copies. They are on A. They all sold. The guy bought all 3. And here we are now trying to move them. Cole's going to get G. Can we wipe out all the Dingleberries? Can we do it? Let's see. First DC issue, Korak, Son of Tarzan. Number 1. Book sold. They didn't pay. Robin 1, near mint, first solo series and first appearance of Lynx. Book sold. They didn't pay. First appearance of Exodus. X Factor number 92. It's a $12 high. I always do it for 10. Books sold. They didn't pay. Evan, actually, look at this. Evan said he's surprised there aren't really big books in there. So a lot of those books were, you ever see me do that thing where I'm like, this is a big book, I'm going to get it graded. A lot of the big books in here that went unpaid by Dingleberries are actually on their way to CGC right now. So I kind of took out all the huge stuff. Sometimes there's books I do where you've got one shot to get it, and if you don't get it, I'm sending it to get graded. All right, let's see where we're at. Craig. All right. Yep. Then I had all these digest GI Joes. This one's an actual GI Joe #1. Still using CGC. I thought you switched to CBCS. I tend to use CBCS for vintage. So if it's before 1975, I prefer sending it to CBCS. If it's after, I prefer sending it to CGC. Don't ask me why. It kind of makes no sense. Transformers, all these digest size things. Again, all this shit sold. So yeah, fantastic. Let me take these guys down. We're gonna do a full Dingleberry wall. I think that's all Dingleberries now. Special Marvel edition #1. Book was sold. They didn't pay. Second appearance of not second appearance. Spider-Woman #2. It's a near mint. I actually didn't write the key significance. Book sold. They didn't pay. Second appearance of Deadpool. Near mint. Book sold. They didn't pay. First appearance of Domino. Near mint and newsstand. Book sold. They didn't pay. Toast. All right, let's see. Toast also got E. Crickets is going to get C. All right. First appearance of the Externals, X-Force 10. Book sold, they didn't pay. X-Force 11, near mint. Book sold, they didn't pay. First Omega Red, book sold, they didn't pay. Now, if I remember correctly, I think the guy that got all the digests, I did a bundle deal. So why don't we do that too? So all right, if you get all the mini comics, some of them have some key significance. If you get all the mini comics, I'm gonna give you I for free. How about that? First Maverick. Book sold, they didn't pay. X-Men 186, Life Death. Book sold, they didn't pay. Are these multiple? Yes, these are spread out. One of the dudes was like a stack that big. So it was one mega Dingleberry and a bunch of like people that buy like one or two books, I invoice them and then just never pay or whatever. Unfortunately, it's really caught up. Garth got D, Toast got other. Oh, here it is. First, Morgan Le Fay. This one's a very fine. We just sold the near mint. If you want another one, there you go. Nice. Morbius, #1, first solo series. Got a couple of those on E. Nick's going to get Morgan Le Fay. I see this one's a relatively big one. First appearance of Quincy, Edith, and Lucy Harker, 1973. Tomb of Dracula, #7. It's about a 6.5 to a 7 on D. What is on A? That is Doctor Strange, annual #3, first appearance of Killian. And they're all still sealed perfect copies, and they're all newsies. First, Brothers Grimm, Spider Woman 3. Thank you. Let's see. Crickets gets a D and an A. Some high grade Morbius from the Bronze Age. Book sold, they didn't pay. Help me out with this Dingleberry pile, guys. We're getting pretty close to the end of it. Ugh. Whack. Whack. All right, let's see what we got here. Andy got H. Nick got D. All right. Nick Fury, Agent of Shield 6. Stranko cover. Book sold, they didn't pay. First appearance of Comet. That's a near mint Bronze Age. Book sold, they didn't pay. Cribs is going to get H. Cribs, where did I put your pile? I think this one was from just last week. First appearance of Toph Anon, the main villain to Conan. This is a high grade copy, Conan Annual 2. How about we do this? I'm just gonna. This is terrible. Um, get all the digest size ones, and I'm going to give you F for free. All you have to say is claim digest or claim mini. Some of them are keys. Again, cricket. I got some sealed copy G.I. Joe 136. Nice and late in the run with polybag. All right, let me stick to the Dingleberry pile. First appearance of Gua. I can't even read my own handwriting. Kitty Pride #1. It's a very fine book sold. They didn't pay. I got a near mint Jack of Hearts #1 and a newsie book sold. They didn't pay. Paul got D. Laura got, was that J or is that, yeah. Was that Laura? All right. First cover of Jack of Hearts. That is a near mint from 1977. That book sold. They didn't pay. X-Men 175. First marriage of Scott and Madeline Pryor. Near mint. Book sold. They didn't pay. Toast got J. Cricket got D. Omega, the unknown, first appearance there. It's a $30 high, kind of BS. I tend to sell near mints for 20. This one's not quite a near mint. It's like a very fine book sold. They didn't pay. First appearance of Nebula as Cyborg, perfect condition newsstand. Book sold. They didn't pay. We have a couple Dingleberry books left. That's actually pretty good. We've made some pretty serious traction there. Fett, Garth. First appearance of Ricky Barnes, $15 book. I do them for 10. Book sold. They didn't pay. Astro City, perfect condition, #1. Book sold. They didn't pay. And that is the end of the Dingleberries. We can finally resume the claim sale normally. I will tell you this: on a full Dingleberry wall, if you do a full wall claim on this full Dingleberry wall, I'll really take care of you. I'm going to give you extra stuff. Because again, I have to double back and do all this, and that's not very fun. Let's see. Anybody want to swing for a full wall claim? I will take super care of you on this wall here. Jiminy is going to get one of these on. All those jokers got blocked? Yes, and I have a list that I keep next to my computer. It's a very small list. There's only like 15, but still. You don't want to get on that list. You don't want to get on that list. All right, we are going to go to a timer. I would hate to have to put these books away. You guys would be doing me a solid. but I'm going to do you a solid, and I'm going to give you some hefty discounts if you take this wall. So I'm going to give you a minute. Hey Siri, start a timer for 1 minute. B is Special Marvel Edition #1. Most famously, people always know Special Marvel 15 because that's the first appearance of Shang-Chi. There's #1. We are going to get a wall clear to one argue. I feel like I butchered that spelling. June, here is your link right here. Please fill that out with your name, your address, your first name, and let's go ahead and show them what I'm going to do. Ready? Free. 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 And then I did see C got claimed by Garlic. Man, you're not paying for much at all on that one. You did quite well. So thanks to everybody. Say thanks to June. We are back on schedule. What was it? I just have to write that name. June. Arg. Thanks, June. I'll check in a second to make sure I see that the link has been completed. Awesome sauce. All right, now we can resume the claim sale normally. Very nice. All right, let's take a trip to 1960. 60. I have Archie's Madhouse, a nice high grade copy on C. First appearance of Icon. They say it's a $20 high. I tend to do them for 10. More high grade early Morbius, Spectacular 6. That's a near mint from 77. Nice. First appearance of Carnage. No, I did not stutter. This is the actual first appearance of Carnage. You can fight me. 360. Near mint Infinity Gauntlet #1. An awesome Craven Tigra Marvel Chillers 4. Super high grade. Is it near mint? Very fine plus, near mint minus. Jiminy. I. Let's see. Toast got B and A. And Jiminy got J. All right. Not Brand Eck #2. Batman and Spider-Man on the cover. That's funny. $10. Nice copy. All right. Here's all the Ghost Riders. We got some high grade and nice looking Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider #8. Beautiful copy. Marvel Spotlight #11. Do not be put off whenever you see that blue. That is a printer problem. That is not an actual comic issue. That is a manufacturing thing. Not an actual problem there. June's going to get E. Nick's going to get C. Esmeralda picked up an I. Toast got a J. Bondage cover, mid-grade Marvel Spotlight number 9. Marvel Spotlight number 10, first appearance of Witch Woman, $50 high. I got a nice mid-grade copy. I'm doing 20 bucks. Neil Adams alert, a true near mint from the Bronze Age, an actual near mint. Amazing Adventures number 8, Neil Adams cover. Black Bolt, Black Widow. $29.99 unlimited bundle, not just issue 1. Fett got that one. All right, then I got a bunch of Doctor Strange. Nice copy. Higher end of mid-grade of issue 11. Origin of Clea, super high grade copy of number 9. And I'm going to move this up here because it's 8 and 9, which is the Origin of Clea double issue. You want both. All right. Number 7. Number 6, which is actually one of my favorite covers of all time. Fun fact. A. And first appearance of Gaia. Let's see what we got. Brian. Tilt. Bondage cover and Origin of Silver Dagger. Beautiful copy on G. Got a 7.5. Wind. Gotcha. Higher end of mid-grade, number 3. All right, here we go. Check out I got a collection in of brand. This is we're going to end the show with this. This is going to be our finale. I think you guys are really going to like my prices on this brand new books. So actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's see if we can clear the wall. I'm going to give you guys. I'll give you a minute and a half to clear the wall, and then we're going to end the show with the 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, 1 in 100s, and even 1 in 1,000. Let's do it. G and H Fett. Scott. Toast. I will do that. All right, and then all we have left is D, first icon. I'm just going to take it down. You guys, if you want it later, you can grab it. Okay, so check it out. I got all these untouched perfect copies, and I did what I always do. They're all rebagged and boarded, double boarded. I took the time with them. So we're going to start it with Carnage number 1. It is a 1 in 25 variant. These were $25. I'm doing 12 bucks. This is the first appearance of Detective Shade. I'm going to put it on C for Carnage. Multiple copies. Superior Spider-Man 1 in 50 variant. I'm doing for just 20 bucks. Let's see, Misfit Mike. Toast. Esmeralda Hall. June. And Scott and T-Mac. Clayton Harper is going to get D. Unstoppable Wasp, number 1 in 50. First appearance of Amber Silverstein Seeker. 1 in 50. I'm doing 28 on H. Wolverine 38. 1 in 25. I'm doing for 10 bucks. Carnage Forever, number 1 in 25. I'm doing for 10 bucks. Captain America number 1 in 50. I'm doing for 20 bucks. Marvel Snapshot Avengers 1 in 50. I'm doing them for $20. Marvel Snapshots X-Men 1 in 50 for just 20 bucks. Conan the Barbarian number 1. First appearance of the Crimson Witch. I have 2 1 in 25 copies. And I have 1 in 200 Sienkiewicz. The Return of Wolverine, the first full appearance of Persephone. This is the 1 in 25 variant. Predator versus Wolverine, the 1 in 25. That's a really cool cover. Harper, Paul, and Andy. Predator versus Wolverine number 1, 1 in 25. Let's see what's going on. Clayton, Allen, Esma, Garth. Clayton, Allen, Esma, Garth. Esma, Cole. Sabretooth, number 1, first appearance of the Third Eye. 1 in 25 variants on Eye. X-Men 25, 1 in 50. Esmeralda, Andy. Toast. Moon Knight, number 30, a 1 in 100 variant on B. Scarcity alert. I have a 1 in 200 variant right here. And a 1 in 300 Invaders number 1. 1 in 300 variant on J. Conan 1, First Crimson Witch. Moon Knight 30, 1 in 100. Marvel Snapshots, 1 in 50. Marvel Snapshots, 1 in 50. Unstoppable Wasp, 1 in 50. Nice key. 1 in 25. Sabretooth 1. 1 in 300. Invaders 1. Red Goblin, number 1. First Norman Osborn solo series. The 1 in 50. First appearance of Hallows Eve, Amazing Spider-Man 14, the 1 in 25. Very popular one right there. I only have one. First appearance of Raneem, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1, the 1 in 25. And here it is, guys. I see some of these selling for $400, $500, $600. Amazing Spider-Man number 1, first appearance of Kindred, the 1 in 1,000 Eric Larson variant. That's right. 1 in 1,000. Julian Palf. Spider-Punk, number 1. 1 in 100 Virgin variant. Mr. Tim Marsh. Nightcrawlers, number 1. First appearance of the Night Kin. 1 in 25 variants on F. This one's a key. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, number 1. First appearance of the Natural and Veronica Eden. And it's the 1 in 50. All right. We are ending the show with this stack here. So if we can't move the wall, we can go ahead and end it. Let's see how we do. Pretty much anything that doesn't sell, I'm probably going to just toss to CGC, attempt to get a 9.8, and then just do it all at auction. And some of this stuff winds up in the hundreds of dollars once it gets a 9.8. So I'm just saying. Weapon H, number 1, 1 in 10. What if Dark Venom, number 1, a 1 in 50 variant? I have 3. Paul. Oh, wow. Looks like that's the last of the ratio variants. So the rest of it's just like modern keys. 700, Captain America 700, Mark Bagley. And then we literally only have a few more books left. We crushed it today, guys. Great show. Great show. Again, don't forget, all invoices are coming out today. You will get your invoice tonight. We're going to attempt to get right back on track with the whole shipping the very next day thing. Things got a little off with the move, but we're doing our best. House of X number 1. First Orcus, Fauna, Wrench, and Sonos Rex on H. drop the link for you guys. My Chewy just arrived. All right, toast. All right, sweet. First, Cindy Moon. And despite being a J. Scott Campbell, interestingly, it still prices out to the same thing as cover A. Probably because it's not a chick. People go nuts for the J. Scott Campbell chick covers. Near mint, 2014. H. Ooh, some glare. Hold on. There you go. Kilt. First cover of Bloodline and second appearance of Bloodline, Crypt of Shadows. Nice pickup, June. And we're going to end the night. There should be enough for everyone. I have the Delato variant of Carnage #1. Foil Delato goodness right there on B. And that'll be the last book of the night. I'm very happy to say I see a lot of people have hit 20% off. So that's really, really cool. All right, let's see. So Misfit Mike, Clayton Harper. All right, Misfit Mike, Clayton Harper, Toast Paul. Esmeralda, June, Ben. Cole. Just everybody make sure you've done that link. Looks like we've got about 6 left by my count. Yes, don't forget to hit the like on the way out. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but I'm going to get this all to you. Mr. Hanktimus Prime, Esmeralda, and Butcher. All right. I think we're looking good here, guys. Awesome show. Hopefully we'll be back to normal soon. Love you all. Here's the link if you need to. And just bear with me. You might not get your invoice till very late tonight, but it will be coming tonight. So good show. And sayonara. See you later. Peace out.